This program has been one funded by QGC, the Queensland Gas Company, and it's been one of the most exciting things I've had the privilege to be involved with. We've looked at helping small family-owned businesses from as far north as Taroom through to as far east as Bell, just east of Dalby.
We're doing this project to look at the opportunities in China, to see how we can get into the market and start exporting our cattle or our beef, our product to China.
I've wanted to get education about exporting our pork overseas. I think it's a good opportunity to be educated on the processes we could put in place and take our business to the next level. It's a great opportunity for networking and experiencing what China has to offer.
We all hear the big terms around exports, and getting close to that Asian consumer is the way of the future for Australian agriculture. But this program really focuses on what those practical and pragmatic steps are. We've held workshops. We could talk about it a lot in the classroom, if you like, or on farm, but I think a big part of this project was actually getting them over there and seeing the customer face to face.
We've touched down in Shanghai and Access China 16 has begun. We've learnt that the 90s generation, the 90 kids, are definitely the targeted market for, in this case, our beef. It is very important to them what they put on their bodies and in their bodies, so clean and green.
In the Australian media we hear the hype about how booming China is and how it's a massive market and a massive opportunity. When you come over here, that's certainly reinforced. The scale is definitely huge. We've visited quite a few retail outlets. We've seen some big supply channel warehouses at the airport. We've also had a look at the new and emerging industry, which is the e-commerce industry, the platforms that support that.
Since being in China, we've become a lot more aware of the changing way people are buying their food, the multiple opportunities there are for getting product to customers. We want to go closer to the end customer, paddock to plate sort of scenario.
They got to see beef processing, they got to see high-end restaurants, they got to see the logistics and understand more about the customs clearance, even the cold chain out at the airport at Shanghai. They also got to mix and meet with some of the best and brightest minds that are working in these respective industries in market.
Coming away from the session, I realised that with our product back at home in Australia, we've really got to do a better job at branding it and having an online presence. Such things as WeChat, Facebook and everything is very important over here, and everything seems to be online.
This week's been a really good experience and opened our eyes to what the opportunities are, changing our business model as we go. Especially the e-commerce and how that operates and how they package their meat to go to order. They talk about the middle class, and they order online. We're wondering about why there's not so much traffic in the city, and everything's ordered from home, everything gets delivered. So we're going to go back and develop our QR code for our meat, just so they can just scan the code and it just takes them to our place, basically, and they can see what our cattle, they can see how we operate.
We live just north of Tara on a property called The Ranch. We run a few sheep, cattle.
And we grow wheat and oats and sometimes sorghum. Probably our main focus would be fat lambs.
Would be nice to try to export some of your own lambs, with your own name from your own town. I haven't done any exporting as yet, but we are looking forward to do it in the future, down the track, so we hope we can export some lambs. It'd be nice to export some lambs one day.
Too often we get the big picture, but we just don't get the nuts and bolts, and that's what really can make you decide, yes, I can do this, or no, I can't. And until you get that information, really you can't judge your own mindset to say, well, have I got this in me? Do I want to press this through? And this project that we've been involved in has certainly been our first steps into actually becoming, shall we say, closer to the action, cutting down on the number of mouths in the food chain, so to speak.
For us, it's been a really exciting project to work on because, like I say, I think this is the future of agriculture in Australia. It's about farmers and producers getting to know their customer better and taking out as one of our participant said, a few more mouths in the supply chain. And even if they don't end up exporting directly because of their scale, they're looking at changing their business model, and they're looking at improving how their take home at the farm gate can be improved.
We've probably picked up a lot of good information and a lot of networks just with some of the other Australian participants. They might be different industries, have a slightly different focus, but essentially some of the learning experiences that they've had and they're going through to the same market, which is China, has been very helpful.
I've been note-taking, I have recorded many of the speakers to be able to go back once home and listen again, learn again, take it home and continue to learn.